Hello guys, I've been wondering why a lot of Africans, when they travel to Europe, it becomes so hard and difficult for them to return after making some money. But this guy just made a video and he shared 3 things that the UK, system and ways and means it traps a lot of Africans. And he uses UK as a reference, but I'm sure this could also be related. This is also relatable in other European countries. I want us to actually go into it, then we get to understand what he got for us. So this is from Divine Freedom, credit to him, Divine Freedom Africa.
If nobody is bold enough to say this truth, I am going to say it for the very first time. The UK system was not designed for you as an African immigrant from Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya or Zimbabwe to just come here, work hard and accumulate £50,000 and just pack your bags one day and say, okay, I've got what I want from the UK, so I'm just going back home to enjoy my freedom. No, that's not how the system was built. The system was built to trap you here for 30 years, for 40 years, till probably it has finished squeezing all the resources from you to the point where you've got nothing more to offer. And when you're about 69 years old or 70 years old, they will give you something small for you to buy food and manage yourself until you die. And it does this systematically by using 3 main ways. And in this video, I'm going to be decoding the 3 ways by which the UK system will make sure that you remain trapped here for life.
So basically, he's talking about how the UK system drains your resources. Of late, I've been wondering why a lot of our people, they have a mindset that when they travel to Europe, they're going to make some money. And when they get some money, they come back to Africa and establish themselves, live the other part of their life. But it becomes so funny because the person spent 5 years, 10 years over there. They have been able to make some, significant amount of money, but they don't want to come back. This guy is about to share with us 3 reasons why this is happening. But I also have a different perspective of understanding that sometimes we are greedy and another time that we don't have any significant hope in where we are coming back to. That is our countries. Let us go into it, then we understand what he's got for us. So, Divine, let's go.
So just for your reference, there are over 250,000 Ghanaians and Nigerians in the UK alone. That is a very significant number and that is very important to the discussion. First trap here is the cycle of visa renewals. Let's look at a typical example. Most people will come to the UK with either a student visa, a skilled worker visa, or a dependent visa. Let's use the student visa as a typical case here. So for the first 5 years that you come into the UK with a student visa, you are not going to be settled. The first 3 years that you spent in your main studies and the 2 years postgraduate studies visa also will not count towards your settlement. Your path to settlement will only start counting once you switch from a student visa to a skilled worker visa.
So if that's the case, if you don't have settlement with just student visa, the question is, you guys who have been traveling to Europe, I want you to help me. How come we have people who go there as students, they're able to, make way for people to come along? Because I know someone who went there, though he's working, but he's also a student. He's able to come with his wife make way for his wife to come and join him. And they even have a kid around there. So if you don't have settlement as a student, how are you able to, make way for your wife, your children to come and join you? And this is not only for husbands. Even some women have been able to make way, though they are working, but they are also students. They have been able to make way for their husbands to join them. How is that possible? Those of you who know the system, you can educate us. Let's go.
For another 5 years, your path to settlement is going to extend till about 10 years. You can just imagine that every couple of years you need to be spending thousands of pounds to be renewing your visas. If you have a family here, let's say a family of 4 or a family of 5, and it becomes so easy to spend tens of thousands of pounds in visa renewals alone. And what is time for you to apply for your indefinite leave to remain, which now costs around £3,500 for priority. Just look at the amount of money that you're going to be spending for yourself and your family. If you are able to struggle and save an amount of £15,000 in the UK over a period of time, that £15,000 will quickly vanish due to visa renewals. By the time that you settle in this country, 1, age will be far gone, and 2, a significant proportion of the wealth that you've built will be lost to the UK visa and renewal system.
Now, this also reminds us, a lot of people, especially we Ghanaians, we have a mentality that bloggers or people from Africa, when they go to UK specifically, they are stingy. They are very stingy people. You come to Ghana, you have a lot of people making that kind of assumptions. I'm not part of them though, but now you get to understand why. How can the person stay in a country and they spend thousands of pounds just to renew visa? And even when they have a family, it becomes plenty. Well, when they are going to apply for indefinite, visa or whatever the guy called it, you're going to be spent £3,500 to get that done. That is too much. How much can you send home? What can you actually build home after removing all these monies? I know some people have been able to break through though, but it's also another lesson we have to sit down to learn from them. Let's go.
How does this relate to you being stuck here in the UK and not being able to go back home? If you've spent a significant proportion of your savings, let's say £20,000 in renewing visas for yourself and your family, ask yourself, that £20,000, wouldn't that have been able to set up a meaningful investment for yourself as part of your relocation plans? That is a question that you can think about. Then they will take you to another level. That's the point number 2. You have to work till you are almost 70 years old before you can retire. And you know it. The retirement age in the country has been moving up, and in some years to come, I'll not be surprised if they tell us that you can only retire in this country when you get to 70 years. That time is coming. And they'll use the promise of a UK state pension to entice you so that you stay in the system and work till you are probably getting to your 70s, simply because you want to earn £240 every single week when you get to your pension age.
If this UK pension scheme or whatever is really true, and as a person from Africa, you travel with a mentality that you're going to make something and come and enjoy yourself in Africa, Ghana or Nigeria or whatever it is, how do you get the mentality that you want to spend your retired years there? How do you get that kind of mentality?
It's different from the workplace pension. I'm talking about UK state pension that is funded by the National Insurance Contribution. So it's just a game of numbers. Work 35 years. If you started working when you were 30, add 35 years to your age, which simply means by the time you get to that age that they want, you're at 65 years. Working so hard in the warehouse, construction, care work, corporate management, NHS. Most of our African uncles and aunties, when you see them at work, you can see that they are tired, they are worn out, they are almost dying. But simply because they've been trapped by this system, they cannot simply pack their bags and go home because of £240 a week.
This again, you will understand, if this is true, you will understand that it's so much carefully, systematically made. Because you have most of our people there, you see the person, he's getting weak, old. When he comes to spend vacation, on vacation in Africa, or come to do vacation, 1 month, he's in he wants to go back. You who cannot walk well, you who cannot sit for long hours, you who have waist issues, you who when you came to Africa, you were on medication, herbal medicines, you came instead of you to enjoy yourself, you can't. Why? Because Charlie, if you decide to stay, how long is he going to spend what is in their hands? They can't. They were not able to make investments. Because at the time they were supposed to use the money to make investment back in Africa, they were using it to renew visa. Man, this is so sad. This is so sad.
If you have worked less than the 35 years, let's say you've worked for just 17 years, that is half of the requirement. You're probably going to be earning just half of that £240 a week. Ask yourself again, £120 a week in the UK, would that be able to help you survive in your old age?
Even £120 in Ghana here, you can't survive with it. We young guys, you are seeing us around £120 a week. Can't you survive in Ghana here? Not talk of UK. Hey.
That is the trap involved. For your workplace pension, the clause here is you can only access it when you are 57. If you choose to pack your bags and go back home to Ghana at the age of 50, you will not have access to your workplace pension. A game of numbers just to make sure that you stay in this country, work so hard while they squeeze wealth from you until your old age before they kick you out. And that will take us to the third and most dangerous trap.
Before we even go to the third, you realize that this is systematically well made. At every stage in your life, there's something you have to chase. There's something you are chasing. When you came early, fresh in the system, you were chasing with this visa renewal thing. All of a sudden, you start chasing for permanent stay. All of a sudden, when you had a permanent stay, you are done and things. Now you are chasing what? You are chasing retirement benefits. Oh man, this is too much. If what this guy says is true, then I'm telling you it's too much.
Because the cost of living in the country is so hard and they don't want you to feel it, they will come with a very nicely packaged trap credit and debt system. Because when you compare this kind of system back home in Ghana, this feels so amazing, where you are able to spend money that you don't have and pay back with interest. So they'll tell you a beautiful lie. You need to build your credit score, and that will show lenders how good you are with money. How does it make sense that the more you borrow money and you pay back with interest, it shows that you are very good with financial management and they assign you with high credit score? So someone in the UK who prefers to buy things in cash and doesn't subscribe to that kind of credit and borrowing lifestyle will always have a low credit, because that person is useless to the system. Have you ever challenged that? So how do they do it? They'll give you a 35-year mortgage that probably costs you about £250,000, which you are going to pay back in interest. And by the time you finish, you are probably going to be paying about £400,000 in total over a period of 35 years. And that traps you to one specific geographical location for that long time.
Imagine going for a mortgage of £250,000 and spending 30 years to pay it, and you are paying £400,000. That's crazy. And now you get to understand why this idea is coming from. When people are buying something, they are asking about payment plan. We are selling lands in Africa here, we are selling houses, and people, when they call, the first thing they ask is payment plan. Ghana here, we don't have anything to do with this credit score thing. It's over there. Now they use the credit score thing to get everything they wanted. They've used it. And now when they come to acquire properties in Ghana, they are doing payment plan again. And that makes it so difficult, because you're doing payment plan, you're going to pay more. And that's the same thing that they are suffering over there. So even in Ghanaian cities, you are suffering for paying more. How more you are even in those places, instead of paying, taking a mortgage of 250,000, you are paying 400,000. That 150, that 30 years you are going to work to pay back, Charlie, like one. Oh, Charlie. This credit score thing there.
And you cannot just pack your bags and move back home when you have a mortgage hanging around your neck. People will say, oh, you can just put it back on the market, sell it, and get your equity back. But research has shown that that is not always the case. Again, there is the issue of car finance. Let's say you want to purchase a beautiful BMW X5. That could be costing you around £15,000. So for 5 years, you are going to be losing lots of money to this credit system. And by the time you finish paying for that car will be old, and you want to trade it in for a new one. And that cycle of car payment and debt will never end. And that will also trap you to the UK system. You go back home to Ghana or Nigeria for holidays, and in just 2 or 3 weeks, you have to run back quickly to the UK to pick up shifts in the warehouse, in the care home construction, or in the NHS to earn some money, because your debt, your mortgage debt is waiting for you. Your car finance loan is waiting for you. Africans in the UK will take debt and buy liabilities like cars that will depreciate in value the moment you drive it from the dealership. We take debt to buy furniture, to buy electronics. If you are taking debt to build an investment or business that will help in your retirement, that is a totally different case. But again, the research has shown that we African immigrants in the UK usually end up in debt for liabilities.
And then, this video, I won't watch it again. I won't watch this video again. What? Every single time people are rushing, they come to Africa and they want to go back.